Hello everyone. Today we are going to continue the Test Drive Unlimited playthrough. Just waiting on OBS to hook the game though, because it sure is taking a while this time around. Okay, there we go. Just going to mention some stuff. So today it's just going to be another chill stream, although I do want to make some progress if possible. And I don't know how long we'll go on how long I'll be able to stream for. Probably about 2 hours, might be less though. There's no guarantees. Now, I also did change some settings on OBS to make the game brighter, supposedly. So hopefully those worked. Only one way to find out. So with that said, we can just get started pretty much. And yeah. Alright, let's just get started. Besides the settings on OBS, I haven't really changed much. Now, someone did mention the game was looking dark, and then I realized I actually had the color range setting on OBS at pretty much half range, not half range, full range, which really darkens games. Now, we need to go to the garage, switch cars. Okay, from the list. So we have the E-rank events we need to finish. So let's do those. We switch to an E-rank class. And then let's see what events we can do. Today I want to just be doing events as much as possible. So filters, game progress, only the ones we haven't done. And then we set it to single player. Now, let's see. We need to find events that we can do in our class. I will actually filter further to E-class events. So we have the car deliveries. Okay.
Your itinerary is being recalculated.
30,000 for a simple lap event. Okay, so it's just going to be lapping through here. Okay. Let's do this.
Your itinerary is being recalculated.
Now, if I sound weird, it's because I slept in the heat, and then after getting all sweaty from the extreme heat, I basically got blasted by cold air because it got all breezy after. Oh, one more thing. This is on my end, but I have the game a bit, well, my computer a bit high volume because I was watching something. Now, off we go. And we do have the driving gauge this time around, so I need to watch out for that. From around this point on, we'll start getting a lot of races that will pay better, but in exchange, they basically don't allow skipping. You have to stay on the road. Now we do have a great car for A-rank races. It's pretty much the best car I could get out of all the A-ranks.
At the next intersection, turn left. Turn left.
So even if I drive very conservatively to stay on the road, we should be able to win easily. But if I do go off-road, I need to not have weird moments like that, because going off-road gives you quite a big penalty in these races.
Turn right.
So I need to be careful. It's 3 laps. Here on the straights we can really pull away. Since we have
At the next intersection, turn right.
far superior
Turn right.
top speed and acceleration, so that even though I have gone off-road a bit, the penalty will not be enough to make me drop a place. So I do need to be careful. Not go more off-road, because then I'll have to drive even faster. But for now we should be just barely in the clear.
At the next intersection, turn left. Turn left.
Okay, I'm driving like a grandma. Just over braking 50 times to take a corner. This is where we lost a ton of time by going off-road. Really awkward having to slow down when you're going up a crest and then are about to head downhill, because you go airborne and you essentially can't just brake in the air. It might be arcadey,
Turn
but
right.
not that arcadey. In hindsight, I should have picked a simpler race to start with, but since I just saw this one and saw it gives quite a bit of money, I thought, why not?
At the next intersection, turn right. You are driving in the wrong direction. Please turn around.
Yeah, that was bad. Expected those signs to be hard, like if you crash into them, but no, they were very floaty. So I crashed into them and I overshot it. So then the reset didn't really put me where I was hoping it would put me.
At the next intersection, turn left. Turn left.
But I will. Now we have the tricky part here. With the crest. I always hate turns like that. It's why I don't like the corkscrew on... what's that racetrack called? The one that Mazda owned.
Turn right.
Okay, I'm having a brain fart here. Kinda makes sense since I pretty much woke up not that long ago. Okay, so what was the name of the racetrack with the corkscrew? It was... Like, I'm seriously having a brain fart.
At the next intersection, turn right. Turn right.
Okay. Hopefully I haven't gotten a big enough penalty. Because it's going to add like 20 seconds. Okay, we won. 5:56. Oh, never mind. It doesn't add a time penalty. Then I was good for nothing. If it was a time trial race, then the penalty would have been massive. Anyways, let's find the next race. We have some hitchhikers. We have a delivery. Kinda want to do all the deliveries to get them out of the way. Cars only 20,000. Okay. Do I buy a Ford just to do this? I think I'll just buy a Ford in the next rank, since it does not specify what rank of vehicle you can use. Okay. Yeah, let's just do this. Seven minutes. We should be good. But similar to the race we just did, we need to stay on the road and drive safely. So no crashing into things and avoiding overly bumpy roads. For essentially 17 kilometers. I'll be coasting a lot through corners just to play it safe. Because I want to get perfect on this. Mentioned it before, but if you get perfect in all of the hitchhiking and model events, then you'll have exactly enough coupons to buy every clothing in the game without needing to repeat any of them. You can just repeat events like this, but I'd rather not. So let's turn on the radio. To vibe a bit because it was a bit too quiet. I just hope the changes to the settings on OBS I made did make the game look considerably brighter, but I have no way of really testing it because on my screen, even watching back the VOD, it looks fine. Because here's the thing, so there's the setting that decides if you'll use half range or full range. Now, if your monitor does not support full range, then it will just look all dark and weird. So it entirely depends on your monitor. To me, which it does support full range even though it's a really old monitor, it looks perfectly fine watching back the VOD. so I cannot see any difference. I had to use a completely different monitor to see how dark it actually looked. And yeah, it looked pretty dark. It's just that a lot of monitors nowadays, especially the cheap ones, have terrible contrast, which limits the range of colors they have. Like, you have, I think, the VA panels, not the IPS, have like a contrast of 1000 usually. And then the IPS have about 3000. My monitor is 6000 contrast, even though it's a monitor from 2009. It's 6000 contrast with, if I remember correctly, it is liquid crystal display, so an older technology, but gets the job done very well. The only thing holding it back is honestly the 60 Hz refresh rate. Besides that, it's pretty much the perfect monitor. Sure, it has slightly high response time. I think it's either 4 or 5 milliseconds, but it's not like I'm playing any games that are that high tempo. I'm not like playing competitive FPS games. So for a driving game like this, big whoop. Or for older Monster Hunter games, also big whoop. Unless you are playing at over 60 FPS, 5 milliseconds is pretty much good enough, because if you do the calculation, it's more than enough time between frames. Okay, had a moment there. Like if you divide 1 second by 60, you'll have more than 5 milliseconds. And therefore it literally doesn't matter. And would you look at that? I play at 60. Because if I play this game at higher than 60, physics get a little bit wonky. Cars floating in the sky.
At the next intersection, turn left. Turn left.
Things not controlling right. The AI cars just crashing into you. And so on. Now, I could have done this a lot faster, but I took my sweet time to guarantee we got it perfectly. So we get 11 tickets for clothes. Let's do this hitchhiker next. And after this I want to go to the boutiques and see what kind of clothes we can get with our tickets. I already have a bunch of clothes, but overall I'm at only like 15%, 20% of all clothes in the game. There's a lot of clothes, which I do like. You can customize the character. Basically you have the template you pick at the start, and then you are stuck with it, but you can customize it a bit further, like change the hair, the beard, and whatnot. And then you can add clothes, accessories, all sorts of things. Almost went off-road there without me really realizing. I need to be a bit more careful. Kick rest, so we slow way down. It's basically the same road we did, but half of it and backwards, with nearly the same time limit. So I should be able to just drive like a turtle and still get this. After this I want to do deliveries. Either car deliveries or package deliveries. Just to build up a ton of money. These events here, like the hitchhiking events, do not give you any money, but they do give you tickets. Now, I think in the Xbox 360 version of the game, you can buy clothes with money if you don't have tickets. I know in one version of the game you can do that. I think it's the 360 version because the PS2 and the PSP versions do not have the ability to just change clothes. Like they have a lot of stuff removed. They don't have bikes, they don't have clothes. They are missing a few cars but have more on the other side. Like, they trade a few cars essentially. They have fewer of this brand and more of that brand, etc. Stuff like that. Now, for the most part, today is going to be a chill stream, but I also want to just do a bunch of events, pretty much. I want to progress the game. Eventually, I do want to do a 100% on the save file, just to have it. And once I get to 100%, I will install the Mega Mod that adds like 44 cars, I think. And once we check those out, then I might install the Platinum mod. I tried to respawn, but I was going just a tiny bit too fast. So now we have to do it from the start to get it perfectly. Oh well. But yeah, so I want to take it in steps. Right now I'm on version 166A, 167A. Basically the last version before the Mega Pack. Okay, driving like a turtle. Let's go. I'll have to see if there's any supermodel events left, because the supermodels are the same thing but way shorter. It's usually only like 2 kilometers. Whereas the hitchhikers are usually over 10, some over 20. Now, in some of these events, there's a lot better options for what path to take, but the game doesn't let you open the map to actually see where you need to go and just work out the path. And it will recommend the fastest legal way to go. So, like not driving against traffic, etc. Okay, I'm kind of vibing to this music, but it is at the same time grating on the nerves. Like, it's getting annoying by how repetitive it is, but it is nice to vibe to. Are you freaking kidding me? Okay, how much? Okay, we are halfway there. I hate crests. not just in this game, in any game. But this game has wonky gravity physics. Like the gravity is way too strong. So when you go over a crest, instead of doing a jump and being done with it, it will just slam the car down forcefully and make it all wobbly on the landing. Had a bit of a moment there. At least this should count as driving distance for the unlockables, like for ranking me up, because once we drive a certain distance from that point on, we'll get level up points for said distance. I think it's every 200 miles or 200 kilometers. I can't remember which one. Right. Now, don't you dare mess anything up. I'll slow way down here. Then I realized it was going a little bit more to the side. Okay. We'll do like 1 or 2 more attempts. If I still don't get it, I'll just come back and do this later, or with a slower car that controls a bit better. I do have a car that controls slightly better. And it is slower, but we should still be able to make it in time. Okay. That gave me back the scare, but I managed to correct it, so that's good. Let's drive nice and carefully. I like how I did it the opposite way for the hitchhiker right before this one, and that went pretty much fine. But then for this one, I just can't get it all together. Oh well, we'll get it eventually. That was the point where we kept messing up. And I think this is the furthest we've gotten. Okay. As long as it's a relative big straight, even with the odd curve here and there, we should be fine. Okay, I'm all locked in, essentially. We're almost there. And I know I just jinxed myself. But it is what it is. Just want to do all these events perfectly. That's it. Because if I don't get them perfectly, I will still have to come back and do them just for completion's sake, because you get more completion for getting them perfectly. So to get 100%, you do need to do all of them perfectly. I wasn't sure where the road was going. Slow down. We have 2.5 minutes for just 1,000 meters. That is more than enough time to drive like a grandma. As long as you make it within the time limit, it doesn't matter how slow you go. You don't get a bonus for going fast. You get a bonus for not scaring the passenger.
We're here. That's great. Thanks.
Okay, how many tickets? 9. Nice. And we have this event. Okay, I'm going to go through the clothes shops real quick. So since I have about 20 tickets right now, I want to basically buy everything. I have 40 something, never mind. Let's burn through all of them. I should be able to buy all the shirts from here to start with. Also, I might turn on my fan because I'm starting to boil here for some reason. We'll see. Right, I think I have everything, just doing a quick check. Then for lower garments, we buy all of them as well. I don't really care about any of these, to be honest. Just want to get them for completion's sake. 32 different kinds of shoes. Then 4 kinds of glasses. Alright. So we got some more clothes. Now back to doing events. So I need model events ideally, not hitchhikers. And then car deliveries. Okay, next hitchhiker. Wait. I think I have unlocked this. Yeah, it's a rental. Alright, let's do the hitchhiker. Is it like 15? Yeah, 13. Okay. But from what I saw, it's mostly a big line instead of like a lot of zigzagging. So it should be a lot simpler. But yeah, the heat is starting to get to me, so I will probably turn on my fan in a bit after we do this event. Lately here it's been scorching hot, and especially with my health issues making my body overheat way more than usual and sweat profusely. Like I have both hyperthyroidism and Fabris. So I end up overheating like 2 to 3 times more than the average person and sweating like 4 times, if not more, than normal. Like just earlier today, I had to go to my class, and to get there, basically by the time I was there, I was just dripping sweat and almost completely dehydrated. Then on the way back I had to swing by a certain shop to buy a little adapter for my phone, because let's just say some idiot, not me, but some other idiot in this house, put my adapter in the wash, like in the washing machine. The little brick that you connect the USB to in order to charge it. So I'm not putting that in the outlet, not when it has a coil inside. I don't want to risk an explosion. So I just went and bought a new one. But it was quite a long ways off, away from the path I normally take to get home after class.
Turn left.
And it was all in the scorching sun. So I get home and I had essentially sweat out anything I had drank all day. And what I had drank all day was about 5 liters of water. That's how much rehydrating I had to do throughout just this morning. 5 liters of water just to not be parched. So yeah, I can't stand summers. It's why I want to move permanently to like a colder country, or like a milder at the very least, because Greece is just way too hot. I don't mind it too much when I don't have to just go out in the sun, but when I do have to go from place to place, yes, it's unbelievably like draining. So yeah. Anyways, we're almost there. This was nice and relaxed compared to the other one. This one didn't have any stupid crests or annoying moments. And as I say that, there's a crest. But it's not a big deal because it's the highway, so big whoop. Now, hopefully this will give me like 8 tickets at least.
We're here. That's great.
Okay, how many tickets? Wait, did I not do it perfectly? I literally did it perfectly. Wait, where did I lose points? I'm pretty sure I did it perfectly. I didn't hear the... so here. If I had done it perfectly, it would have the little thingies. Okay, I guess we have to redo. I legitimately did not hear the sound that shows that you went off-road. I even looked and I saw 40 on the remaining driving aids, so it should have been perfect. I have no idea why it wasn't. And again, you need to get them all perfect for 100% completion. I don't like to redo these because then you end up with more tickets than you actually need. Like I said, if you do everything perfectly the first time around, you'll have exactly enough to basically buy everything in the game. I remember that from an older playthrough I did, which was a 100%. And I had one that wasn't perfect and one piece of clothing that I was missing, so that's how I pretty much know. Anyways. Real quick, I'm going to check something though, because I just forgot. Come on, game. Unhook my mouse. Okay. I hate when older games just hook your mouse like ultra hard. Yeah, okay, let me try this. Okay, screw it. I'm going back into the game. Yeah, the game has like hard hooked my mouse. Let me try like this. Where's the mouse? Yeah, okay, we'll just try it later, I guess. I needed to check something. Because I forgot to before the stream started. Oh well. Yeah, it was big, straight. Let's do this nice and safely. Get to the end and see. Just on the off chance that this one hitchhiker event is like glitched or something, because it could happen.
Turn right.
Now so we stay on the road nice and safely. Then another big straight. I might have lost some points like at the very end, maybe. Like at the last split second. Because when I started taking that last, like that final turn to the destination, I very distinctly remember it said I had 40 on the gauge to the side. So it should have been perfect, unless I somehow hit off-road when trying to park the car. Who knows? Oh, I have an idea. It might have been because I stopped a little bit early Like only the nose of the car was on the stopping zone. So that might actually matter. So this time around, let's make sure we brake perfectly. We're pretty much here. Because I did not hear the gauge going down. It does make a very distinct sound.
We're here.
Okay, so now it's perfect. I'll get the one coupon we were missing. Do I do this car delivery? This gives us 150,000, the best amount for a car delivery. 90,000, 90,000. We have a lot of good options for getting money. Let's do the package delivery, but before we do, I'm going to just try and unhook my mouse. Okay, it worked. Now I just need to have something open in the back, just some personal stuff. Okay, there we go. Now, let's continue. Package delivery, first one for the day. Total nothing illegal in here. Now, in this race, well, it's not a race, but in these events, we just need to get to the destination as quickly as possible. And it does not matter if you crash, if you go off-road, etc. All that matters is that you make it on time, so it's a lot more lax about things. Got oversteered there and then I ended up in the railing, but oh well. So we just book it essentially. Just YOLO it. Ever heard about safe driving? When you can just full blast it away. And whenever I'm driving in this game, I essentially have my other hand already on the respawn button, because I know I'll eventually just crash and I'll need to get back into the racing, let's just call it, as quickly as possible. But I really like how GTRs control in video games and in reality. But I would never want to own a GTR, too much upkeep. The one car I would, the one sports car I would be happy to own is Toyota Celica. I've mentioned it before, but it's like my dream car that is not like an insanely expensive car. You can find Celicas here for like 5 grand used with good mileage. And Celica is basically a VVTi engine, like the Toyota VVTi, so it's the same engine that you find in Corollas, as in the most sold car ever, or Ford Camrys. You can even find it on, I think, Lotus, definitely on Lexus, since Lexus is Toyota, and even in the older Subarus, like the ones before WRX, but those basically spun the engine around and turn it into a boxer. But yeah, you get the idea. It's a really common engine. So even if it's an older engine, you can definitely find like even brand new versions of it. And like you can find unused versions. Sure, they've been sitting around in the corner of some shop and have never been used, but you can find completely unused VVTi engines in case you need to, like, I don't know, change the entire engine after a lot of mileage. Basically, Celica is Toyota Corolla and Camry on steroids. Then Supra is basically just a worse Celica.
You are driving in the wrong direction. Please turn around.
Okay, we need to brake perfectly. Oh yeah, the deliveries do not have a bonus for perfectly doing them. Okay, we have hitchhikers. And let's do this one. 25 grand for a tiny little loop race. Probably, yeah, I was about to say, probably with a driving age. I think I've tried this event, like last stream, and I kept doing awful at it. So I just gave up.
Turn left.
But since we are still at the start of the stream, more or less,
Turn right.
my fingers aren't ultra tired, because last stream I ended up literally driving for 3 hours straight, just casually, before I got started on the events. I need to avoid doing that. I was trying to be careful, but then I went so slow, I ended up in first gear, and first gear is like oversteer gear, because it's meant for parking. So it needs to be able to turn really sharp. You do not want to take a corner in first gear.
At the next intersection, turn right. Turn right. At the next intersection, turn left. Turn left.
Okay, this will be extremely close.
At the next intersection, turn left. Turn left.
Yeah, it's going to be ultra close. Lap 2. I need to do lap 2 perfectly, essentially. No penalties, no weird moments like I just had there.
Turn right.
No overly slowing down like I just did. Slow down just barely enough to make the corners. I'm just locking in.
At the next intersection, turn left. Turn left.
Okay, now we book it and we'll just barely make it if I don't mess up the last corner. We literally have one corner. I take that correctly and we've won. We've pretty much won.
At the next intersection, turn left.
Ah, just barely. Okay. I need to cut 6 seconds. Okay, Okay, we are replaying. I can definitely do this. Oh, no, wait. Wrong button. It's the next, then retry. If I drive perfectly, we have a 220, not even a 225. Like, we'll have time to spare.
Turn left. At the next intersection, turn right. Turn right.
I thought I could like coast through, but I went a bit too hard in. Oh well, we'll get it. Now I don't think this has a restriction in the type of car we can use. It just happens to be an amateur event. Therefore, I could always just switch to the Koenigsegg and blast it,
At the next intersection,
but that is going to have the issue of going too fast. So then I'll have to worry about going off the road. I just barely touched the inside of the turn where there was grass and I got hooked. Alright. 2 laps. We get them perfectly, we have it. Now, this is going a bit try-hard, honestly, but great. I know it's supposed to be a chill stream,
at the next intersection, turn right.
but I had a feeling we'd need to do like some tougher events. I keep oversteering. We'll get it eventually, but I don't know. But this is the best car for E-Rank. Maybe with a D-Class car, like the E-Rank car, we might be able to do it a lot more consistently. Like better handling, better acceleration, better top
At the
speed,
next intersection,
better
turn
everything.
right. Turn right.
Now I need to finish lap 1 with about 1 minute and 5. I keep oversteering. I need to find a way to cancel the oversteer there. I cancel the oversteer, we're good. Or just prevent it altogether. I have a feeling that what is causing the oversteer is actually the assist.
Turn left.
Because I am... Come on, that wasn't even a cut. I am using sports mode for the assists, which is the default. I'm not using increased assists or no assists, I'm just using the most basic setting for the assists.
Turn left.
I go off the road and I immediately lose like 10 points in the gauge. We need to not go off-road at all because this is one of the few events where the gauge is going to just murder you.
Turn left.
There, like, it immediately loses 10 points, immediately, and then goes one by one. That's BS. It just jumps to 40 right away and then goes down 1, 1, 1, 1, like it's supposed to do.
Turn left. intersection, turn right. Turn right.
Okay, I've already lost like 3 seconds of potential time. A penalty of 1 point is not the end of the world, but if we lose 4 or more, then
At
it
the
becomes
next
an issue.
intersection, turn left. Turn left. At the next intersection, turn left. Turn left.
It looks like I'm good on time, but I'm actually not because I'm going in faster this time around,
Turn left.
so easier to mess up.
At the next
Like a
intersection,
lot
turn
easier
right.
to mess up.
Turn right.
Because after the big straight, you start going fast, so your sense of speed is kinda distorted for a little while. Okay, I took that as good as I could with my awful setup
At the next
for the
intersection,
skiing.
turn left. Turn left.
My exit here was awful. I lost about 3 seconds, I think, just because I have to now accelerate. We should just barely make it though.
At the next intersection, turn left. Turn left.
Are you kidding me? Yeah, that acceleration definitely mattered. The way I got out on the straight. Okay. I'm just going to try with the Koenigsegg. I could try with the bike, but bikes are just awful. Okay. This is going to be a disaster. Most likely I'll just go off-road immediately. This is not a car meant for low speeds.
Turn left.
We can make a mountain of
At the
time
next
though
intersection, turn right.
on the big straight.
Turn right.
The problem is the chicane here. Okay, we'll see. I should be behind. Nah, we are
Next
matched,
intersection, turn left. Turn left.
but we go on the straight here. And I've already gained time, and by the end of the straight I should be like a second ahead. Yeah,
At the
2
next
seconds
intersection, turn
in
left.
half the straight.
Turn left.
3 seconds. But now I'm going to bleed time.
Turn left.
Because this section, the other car is a lot faster since it actually is sometimes better to be slow in racing. There is such a thing as being too fast, like too high horsepower, too high speed, because you have to brake more and overcompensate. But I did go through that
At the next
pretty
intersection,
cleanly.
turn left. At the next intersection, turn left.
And there we go. We did it. Only needed a car that's nearly 800,000 for a relatively beginner event. Nothing serious. While we're here, might as well do this. I think I tried it last stream as well, but I kept doing awful.
3, 2, 1, go!
No, it's really nice having an event without the penalty gauge. Anyways, let's get going. Had a little bit of a moment. This car does not have the best handling. It has the best top speed. Well, one of the best top speeds. If I remember correctly, out of all the cars, the Enzo has the best balance. And this has like one of the top 3 top speeds. Or about there. It does have decent handling after upgrades, but there's better handling A rank cars. Still, I love Koenigsegg's. So, yeah. And earlier I was talking about how Celica is the only sports car that's my dream car outside of like ultra expensive vehicles. If I had the money to burn, I would just buy the Gemera. Koenigsegg Gemera is just the most beautiful car ever made. Now, I'm the kind of guy that likes cars as a tool. Like, they're a tool to get around. Like, they're not a toy. I'm not like into the mechanical aspect of them, like modding and whatnot. I just want a car that will do its job, won't break down, or if it does break down, it will just be cheap to fix. This will be ultra close if it's a big straight, but I don't think I'll make it. Yeah, I won't make it. If only I could just drive this thing a bit better. But this thing in real life was known for being a great car, but awful handling. Yeah, I mean, even in Top Gear, Steve, what was his name? The guy test driving the cars around the Top Gear track they had, even he crashed this car. And it was one of the few cars out of all the cars that he had driven for the show that he actually crashed. I remember he only crashed like 3 or 7 cars somewhere around there in all the years that Top Gear would run. I could take the respawn here, but I just want a clean run, that's all. We'll get it eventually. But this is what I mean, like, there is such a thing as going too fast. Because if your car cannot handle the thing you're driving on, then no amount of power is going to be worth it. It's why I don't understand why some people just get those like 1000 horsepower cars when no tire ever is going to actually be able to handle that. Okay, we have a bot in the chat, so one moment. Let's ban them. Okay, there we go. Now let's continue. Twitch really needs to do something about its bots. So many times, I'll just be streaming, just trying to have fun, and then some stupid bot will come and say, I want to buy viewers, or cheap viewers, etc. Like, come on. If I wanted viewers, I would just be a sellout, just screaming at the screen, and trying to just rage bait people, just to get views. No, I stream just to have an excuse to play games and relax, pretty much. That's the reason I stream, so I don't really particularly care if I make money off of it or if my channel gets big. I used to have a big channel. I literally murdered it because it was just not fun. It was more stress than I was willing to put up with. Especially when it came to like people thinking that it's fun to dox and whatnot. And I wasn't even that big of a channel, but people still try to dox and just pull just annoying crap on me. So yeah. Okay, this will be ultra close. We are about 10 seconds ahead where we were last time. Yeah. Bit too close for comfort, but we got it. Okay, next. That's 20,000. Okay, next event.
Your itinerary is being recalculated.
We have another time to race.
Your itinerary is being recalculated.
Yeah, I'm not exactly going to do that. I'm going to just try and carve my own path. Sadly though, off-road, especially in these cars, it's just not the best, like you have zero grip. Okay, 6 minutes for not that big of a distance, so I'm going to switch back to the Skyline, since this is an early game event. So I think the Skyline should be able to do it. It does have the upgrades and everything. All three of my cars have upgrades, I think. The starter car might actually not have the upgrades yet, since I kinda stopped using it at that point. By the time I needed the upgrades, I was already in the next rank. So not much incentive to get upgrades when it will just be sitting in the garage.
At the next intersection, turn left. Turn left.
I braked a bit too early, but not a big deal. It's a long event, but again, we should just barely be able to do this in this car. It does control very well, honestly. It is a GTR, so it's very, very much planted. Even in games that aren't realistic, they at least get that part of GTRs correctly. The Skylines in general. Back in the day, they were known as like the most planted car you could possibly find. They may not have been like the most power or pretty much the best for anything besides that, but that single quality is what made Skylines good.
Turn right.
Okay, 2 minutes in. Yeah, we should finish at about 9:30 at this pace.
At the next intersection, turn left. Turn left.
Could have done that a bit faster, like didn't need to brake as hard. But it's all good. Better safe than sorry, especially with the penalty looming over our heads if I go off-road. Let's just hope there's no mountain section. Okay,
Turn left.
had a bit of a moment there, but saved it. And we didn't really lose that much time. Okay, I did lose a fair amount of time, but not an incredible amount. Since we now go on the highway, where I can just book it and cover a lot of the distance. 2 kilometers on the highway is just a couple seconds, so we're all good here. And it's downhill also, so I'm just zooming here. Even this relatively slower car. My top speed after upgrades, I think said is 283 or something. Now, not downhill, so I do slow down. That's just how it is. Big open highway, perfect for just covering a ton of distance. That's fine, we don't get a penalty for crashing, only for going off-road. And to the finish line we go.
At the next intersection, turn right. Turn right.
Okay, big straight line and we are at the finish. That was a nice event. Alright, 0 seconds in penalties. That's beautiful. 25 grand. I want to do a car delivery. What car delivery is not like way too long. Yeah, let's do this. All right. Ooh, SLR McLaren. Nice. Wait, were they called McLaren back then? I think they were.
At the next intersection, turn left. Turn left.
Now, we don't have a time limit, we just need to deliver this in perfect condition. We do that and we get an extra 50% on the price of the car. So 135 grand for just driving around a bit without crashing. And once we are out on the highway here,
Turn left.
it's just smooth sailing for about 10 kilometers because it's just big open road, 4 lanes, no obstacles. It's just easy. I do like how this car sounds. Now I do need to watch out for any crests or bumps because you can take damage from just going over the crest and then slamming a little bit too hard. Okay, this is another song that it sounds nice, but gets old really quickly. Like now it's a bit grating. I let it finish though. I was thinking right before the stream of just adding. I did press the button, but the car was upset for just a tiny moment, just that exact moment. And it didn't didn't have the wheels planted in order to turn. Oh, what? It's a fun car to drive, so I don't mind. But as I was saying, this is another song that ends up grating, and I was thinking of right before the stream of putting my own music in the game, because yes, you can do that. That's just a beautiful thing about Test Drive Unlimited. You could basically just put whatever music you like. Well, not whatever music, you did have some restrictions in the bitrate and the file format.
Next intersection, turn left. Turn left.
Like it needs to be MP3 or M3U, etc. And up to a certain bitrate, so no crazy quality flags. But yeah, I was thinking of putting my own music, either some Eurobeat or Sweden, but the problem is I have the entire Sweden discography, just one of my favorite bands of all time. Too bad they don't make music anymore. Like they were quite popular around like when they did the closing song for the Helsing movies. But yeah, that was more or less their last album, second to last, but yeah. I really love that music, and just I was thinking of putting it in the game and drive while listening to it. Problem is, I have it in FLAC quality with incredibly high bitrate. So the game just wouldn't be able to see it. Okay, this was scary. I just remembered I need to go more to the side. I am vibing to the music, I'm not vibing to the lyrics, just repeating the same tiny sentence over and over. It's just another excuse, it's just another excuse. I'm not even someone that likes excuses. But yeah, the music itself is a nice vibe. Although the song does go on for a bit more than I would like. Anyways, it should be over. I don't remember which song comes next because I can't put them in just whatever order. Okay, we're about to go in some tighter roads with a lot of bumps and crests, so I just need to just do a little bit of careful driving for a little while. Not damage the car at all. I'm scared to go fast even though it's a highway. Because of the walls on the sides. Simply grazing those is enough to just damage the car. Again, we need to do this perfectly. We only get one chance at this event. If I complete it, then I cannot do it again. So whatever price I get, that's it. Okay, we go on this side. But seriously, who would let some random person drive their ultra expensive sports car for them from one side of the island to the other? There's way too many people willing to do that in this game. Are you freaking kidding me? I did mention the crests. We had 4 kilometers to go. We did 18 freaking kilometers. And then I mess up because of one crest. Okay, real quick, I'm going to check something. Yeah, right. Excuse me for a moment, I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. Turned on my fan and had to also just say something to someone.
At the next intersection, turn left.
Now,
right.
let's redo this entire event and not mess up this time. That was really dumb of me to not pay enough attention to see the stupid crest coming. I was looking at the minimap at the time and I was trying to talk, and then I just happened to not be looking in front of the road, like at the road.
You are driving in the wrong direction.
Yes, lady, I know.
You are driving in the wrong direction. Please turn around.
It's an awkward road.
Turn left.
Alright. Back on the good part of the road, where I can actually just stretch out. Now, I remember one car delivery takes you through like a ton of like really annoying roads. I can't remember which delivery it is, but it takes you like through a mountain path, like the default path for it at least, with tons of crests. I'm vibing here. And then we need to slow the like way down. That's where I crashed the first time. Now let's see if I'll crash the second time as well. Like where I crashed the second time as well, a little bit further ahead. I'm trying to go really fast, but at the same time as careful as possible while still going close to 300 in speed. Just the car feels more stable at high speeds. I don't know how to explain it. It feels like if I'm going too slow, I will just oversteer everywhere. But that's just how some cars are. That's basically how the torque of the engine changes the handling. If a car is picky, as some people call it, then you want to be at the peak of the RPM to get the max amount of torque to stabilize the car. A lot of Mazdas are like that, like you need to rev them high. Specifically the turbo ones, if I remember correctly, like the twin turbo RX-7 and whatnot, is very much like that. Anyways, enough about that. Time to focus. Just careful. Changing the radio while being careful. This side, and we are about to go on the crest that killed me earlier. This one. Alright, we're through. It's nice and safely. No funny business. No, it was this crest that I just passed. Okay. So we've made it furthest than ever before. Like this is the furthest we've made it. Okay, that was very close. Again, you can. It's rare when playing at 60 FPS. Not that rare if you play uncapped frame rate.
Turn right.
But when slamming after a crest, like if you go airborne, you can actually damage the car and lose money. I really dig like cloudy skies in video games. I know it's Hawaii, so people expect it to be all nice and sunny, but that's not how Hawaii is most of the year. Sure, it is like that in the summers, but it is next to the Pacific, and the Pacific is called the Pacific out of irony, because it's anything but Pacific. Okay, had to like pay attention to which path I was supposed to take. Perfect delivery. 7 out of 30. And we get the full price. What event can we do next? We have another car delivery. I kind of want to do some hikers. Actually, screw it. Let's do this car delivery. Now it goes through the like one of the trickiest points of the island, which is the top corner, the top left corner. Not as tricky as the middle top,
At the next intersection,
but yeah. Now this is a classic car. We can buy these, but personally I don't like using them for the reason that old American muscle cars literally sound like someone is farting. Like this very much sounds like a fart to me. Like someone is just trying to muffle a fart through a cloth or something. Just a wet fart. That is quite literally what it sounds to me. I know some people disagree, but I don't know what to tell them. Now we have to drive 31 kilometers in the Fartmobile. This is going to take a while. Still, 150,000 money. Well, just barely under. It will be 149,997, I think. No, 998. Pretty much enough to buy an entire house. Okay, just under buy 2 dollars. But I have plenty of money, so I can compensate. My only worry is running out of money after I've exhausted all these one-time events. Sure, there's like the time attack race you can... No, not time attack, the top speed race you can do. It takes like 15 seconds in the Koenigsegg or 20 seconds and you make 25,000. But I want to do all the events first before redoing events. I just don't like redoing events in a game that already has like hundreds of events. Like you have 30 hitchhikers, 30 models, 30 car deliveries, 30 like courier deliveries. I think it's all 30, some might be 20 anyways. Just those alone are like 100 different events put together, like they total 100 challenges. And then you have like over 100 races on top of that. So it does end up kinda pointless to repeat events when you have new stuff to do all the time. When we get to 100%, then sure, I will just redo events. Like if I've already done everything, then obviously I'm going to be redoing events if I need money. The goal is to buy everything, like have one of everything fully upgraded, all the events done, all the houses owned, all the clothes owned. Speaking of clothes, I do need to do some more hitchhikers after this. I don't need money as much as I need coupons. I'm good on money for a while. Like I can even buy like the Salina 7, get it max upgraded, and do the Salina exclusive events. Also, this song sounds very much what you'd listen to back in the day when driving this thing. Oh, I just had an idea. If I'm adding songs that would fit the vibe of the game, especially of an old classics car like this, I should take the Driver 76 soundtracks from the PSP version of Driver 76. A really good game. Too bad it had some major flaws though. Not so much game related as much as optimization related. The game would literally freeze randomly on the system it was made for. The only PSP game to my knowledge that would do that. You'd just be doing missions and suddenly just freeze. Actually no, there was one other, Ratchet & Clank Size Matters. It would just sometimes glitch out and freeze after you do the third planet, basically the planet of the tiny little people, the first time around. But the first time you visit that, and only in New Game Plus on the second Plus playthrough. So you beat the game once, you beat it again, the third time on the same save file would just glitch out on some versions of the game. So yeah, 2 games on the PSP that would just freeze, but Driver would just freeze often, whereas Ratchet & Clank was a very specific glitch. Anyways, so that game has some really good soundtracks that do suit just racing a lot. So like Blondie, I'm Gonna Get You, or a really good song in my opinion, what's the name? Neighborhood Threat, I think, by Iggy Pop. A really good song. It's Neighborhood something, I just had a brain fart there. Anyways. We're about to get to the annoying part. It's off in the horizon. That mountain, when we have to go around it at the tip of the island, because it's ultra bumpy there from what I remember. That's going to be the worst bit. Besides the fact that I'm literally stepping on it, and this car just refuses to go, like it's ultra slow. Okay, watching out for crests. Nice and slow. I don't feel like doing this event. Not in this super slow car. Like my starter car would go way faster than this. My starter car would hit like 240 after a little straight. Before even upgrades. As the starter car, I had picked the Audi. Audi TT 1.6 Quattro, I think it is. It is a pretty solid car, honestly. Like it. It was just nice and solid. Okay, this song is nice, but I can't enjoy it over the farting of the car. You know, who thought it was a good idea to make an engine that sounds like a wet fart? That's getting muffled by just a rug. That's literally what it sounds to me. This is the first engine sound so far in the game that I really don't like. Alright. Just going straight. 4.5 kilometers to go, but it feels like an eternity in this car. It's just really, really boring to drive. Come on. We can do this. Keep going. Need to be careful. We should have one tiny little like bit left. That might be tricky since we are finally approaching the mountain. We'll see. Yeah, we have
At the next intersection, turn right.
to get on the bridge. This is the one where I kept messing up earlier. Okay, we can see it off in the distance, that yellow thingy. Now I need to park perfectly, apparently. Perfect. 149,998. That's what I like to see. Now I can actually enjoy the show. Okay, so we are 572,000. Let's do this one. I'm going to just do a bunch of hitchhikers for now. And this car sounds so much better. Nice, quietish, and not like a wet fart.
At the next intersection, turn right. Turn right.
Now, about this song that's currently playing, I don't know whether they got a remix of Queens of the Stone Age instead of getting the actual band to play. Because Queens of the Stone Age is a pretty interesting band. Like they have, okay, not every song they have is amazing, but they have some absolute bangers that have been used in video games before. It's not like the remix is bad, but I would rather it was the actual thing. Alright. I need to slow down here because it's the bit where I didn't see it coming with SLR earlier. Now 4.5 minutes for essentially 8 kilometers of just big open straight. I think we'll be fine. The only thing that could screw us up here is my skill issues. As long as I'm careful, we should be perfectly fine though. Being wary of any curves, bends, like pretty much anything that could mess us up here. I'm really vibing to this. But after this event,
At the next
like this
intersection,
challenge,
turn left.
I'll need to go AFK for a tiny moment again. Alright, here we are. I need to park correctly.
We're here.
Just perfectly. So we can get the perfect 9 coupons. And now, real quickly, I will be right back. So excuse me for a moment. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. My girlfriend has a big event today, so just need to ask her some stuff. Okay, let's do this one. I did try this at the end of last stream, I think. And just couldn't get it done right. Is this a Gallardo? No, can't tell if it's a Gallardo or a Murcielago. I'm not a Lamborghini person.
Turn right.
Anyways, let's go. The guitar in this song, well, this piece is going hard. And again, I want to put my own music in the game. The reason I haven't done it yet is either my music is too high quality for the game to recognize it, because most of my music is in FLAC. Yes, I'm that kind of person. The kind that likes to have all his music in FLAC. For anyone that doesn't know, FLAC is a format similar to like MP3, but the difference is that it's like 100 times better quality. But also like near just multiple times larger file, because it's just fully uncompressed. So I don't compress my songs, so I can just fully enjoy them. Anyways, so the reason isn't just that the game might not recognize them. The reason is I just don't want to have to deal with copyright issues, because I want to simulcast like Twitch and YouTube, but YouTube is going to murder me with copyright strikes if I do a stream and I have copyrighted songs in it. Whereas Twitch is a little bit more lax, like as long as you long as you don't just have the music without any commentary, then Twitch more or less won't mind. At most they might like mute part of the VOD, which is not a big deal. Like if you go too quiet for too long, they might mute the VOD or something. But like YouTube is just extreme, and the copyright striking system on YouTube is just awful, because it's 99% of the time it's bots copyright striking you automatically. It's not the company that owns the song finds your stream or your video and copyright strikes it manually after reviewing it. It's just a bot. If it sounds like even remotely close to their song, then you get a copyright strike. And it's annoying because someone can copyright strike you for a song they don't even own just because it sounds similar. So for example, I was playing like Kingdom Hearts a while ago, like years by now, but yeah. So I was doing Kingdom Hearts, and Kingdom Hearts 2. I get to Port Royal, and He's a Pirate starts playing. That from Pirates of the Caribbean, and that got copyright striked not by Disney, not by whoever owns the actual song. It got copyright striked by some completely random person that had made a similar sounding song just to cash in on the copyright.
Next intersection, turn left.
As in, just barely enough to be different to avoid getting copyright sued himself by Disney. And then he went and copyright striked my video when it wasn't his version of the song also. Excuse me for a moment. Alright, I'm back. Stupid beard hair went in my mouth. I should trim the beard at some point. Because that, well, the mustache especially, has gotten long enough where it starts curling inwards and going in my mouth as I speak. Okay, perfect. 120,000, thank you very much. What other events do we have? I want to do some hitchhiking. Oh, we have a nice delivery. Okay, let's do the delivery. As we do more of these, we'll unlock more in general. That's why we keep finding new events we can possibly do.
At the next intersection, turn left. Turn left.
Doesn't matter if I go off-road, so I can afford to make small cuts like that. 8 kilometers and about 3.5 minutes. Yeah, should be doable in this car. Don't need to switch to the Koenigsegg. But slowly we are running out of events to do with this current car, so I think we soon, not yet, soon we'll start to look for the next car to get. So this is an E rank car, E class or whatever, and we need to move up one, so D. We got this for the E rank event, so we'll do any that are left, and after that we'll move up a rank, and then up a rank, and then up a rank. I already have the Koenigsegg, which is going to be my A rank car,
Turn left.
along with the Saleen S7 twin turbo.
Turn left.
believe it or not, that was actually faster than respawning. Respawn would have put me in a very weird position.
At the next intersection, turn left. Turn left.
I'm actually really liking this particular song. It has looped and played before, but it's just a nice vibe. Can't remember if this falls into jazz or blues though. Since I just listen to music and enjoy music instead of stressing about what genre it is or this and that.
Turn left.
So I never pay attention to the genres enough to know the differences.
At the next intersection, turn right. Turn right. At the next intersection, turn left.
Okay, I messed up a lot, but we got it, so that's all nice. 60,000 for barely any effort. $90,000 for a car delivery. Hitchhiking. I want a hitchhiker that is not like that will not take too long. Let's do this guy. Seven minutes and 30 for nearly 20 kilometers. Will be close. Depends on how much I can run at top speed for. If I can cover a lot of distance at high speed, then it's not a big deal. Like if the road keeps being like this, then it will be fine. But if it starts having a lot of bends and curves or chicanes, crests, all that stuff, then it will become an issue. This music reminds me of like 2006 vibes, but douchey to 2006, like the kind of song douches would sing, like you know, jocks, people that thought they were cool back in the day, but then reality would hit them by the time they were 16 or 18, and they realized they were just essentially just deadbeats in the making because they had no redeeming qualities. But I do miss the variety in music we used to have. Now it's just the same song over and over. Like, and I'm not even talking about brain rot, I'm talking about the 4-chord thingy. Sure, okay, that was scary, I almost messed up. But sure, it started from back in the day, like the 2008, let's say, is when the 4-chord thing mostly started. Where instead of making new stuff, they would just take the same 4 chords and use them as the base for every song from then on. Every pop song, at least. So for anyone that doesn't know what I'm talking about, just look up 4-chord song and you'll understand. Katy Perry, Lady Gaga, all those that started it. Up until today, it's just the same 4 chords in the back of every song. It's mostly the lyrics that change. It's why songs sound pretty much the same nowadays. You have barely any variety, unless you go to indie music. Like, you do have some great indie music, but even that is dying out, or the people that were making it just have lost interest in a way. I really like Siames. What's the I don't remember the name of the band now off the top of my head. The ones that did the Dramophone, they did Caravan Palace, that's the band. They did Lone Digger. Some absolute bangers, essentially. They even did like a new version of Black Betty at a point. But all those bands, they have just stopped making songs, more or less. Like, they might post once in a while. Even Gorillaz, like, they revived themselves only to then pretty much kill themselves. And end up, basically Gorillaz has devolved in just posting the same, like, they post one song and then they post 50 videos about the same song. Just to cash in as much as possible, because that's just how music has gotten today. You need the constant reminders and brain rot for music to succeed, because of how pathetic it has gotten. So you either have to basically become part of the problem or just not be in the music field. It is kinda sad, because even I myself would sometimes make music in the past. I had my own what is it called, Bandcamp. That thing where you post songs and people can like buy them to use them in things. I used to have my own one.
You are driving in the wrong direction.
Almost went off road there. Just barely braked in time.
We're here.
Okay, perfect. 9 out of 20. 12 stamps, that's beautiful. Back again. Okay. I'm going to buy as much stuff as I can. We have 32 different shoes to buy. I'm very slightly short. Okay, the flip-flops. Pink flip-flops. I used to wear flip-flops literally all the time as a kid, but I got sick and tired of having the stupid mark. Like, again, I'm in Greece, so it gets sunny here. So if you go out in flip-flops, you'll get the tan line from the flip-flops. I just found that really annoying. So after a point, I just stopped using flip-flops. Same for sandals. I do want to wear sandals again, but Also, this song just slaps. Mm, 18.8. 17.7. Let's do the shorter one first. Again, great songs in this game, and I'm really enjoying this particular one. I'll need to check what it's called again. It is a bit repetitive like the others, but it grows on you. Yeah, really nice song. Wasn't sure if there would be obstacles at the end of the crest. So yeah, can't over brake there. So now I have to build up all my speed. Okay, that was like 1 pixel away from losing points. It is a little bit more forgiving than the penalties that you get from races, like timed races that have the penalty system, like the gauge on the side. Those are a lot less forgiving, but you still need to be careful with these. Okay, beard here is going in my mouth again. Great. Also, soon I'll have to end the stream for tonight. Just to get some dinner, because I have work in the morning. I kept trying to slow down so I could respawn. But then the car literally bounced from one side of the road to the other. Oh well. Let's do this. I want to do this event, get the tickets, the coupons for the clothes. Finish buying all the clothes from that one brand I had started buying from. Because we only have about 5 or 6 more to buy, I think. And they should give me closer to 10. And then I might do another hitchhiker, get some more tickets, and finish buying the Ben Sherman clothes. I think I have about 12 left of the Ben Sherman. And after that, I'll probably end the stream. Unless there's any rank race we can do. If there isn't... Okay, if there isn't a race for E-rank cars that we can do, and I do mean exclusively a rank race, then we're going to go around the dealerships looking for the next car to buy. I already know what car I'm going to get for the B rank. It's going to be the Noble. Noble M400, I think it's called. Just because it's possibly one of the best controlling cars in the game, while being fast enough to keep up with a lot of A rank cars. Now it is on the slower side for B rank, but the handling alone makes a huge difference. Because you can go full speed through bends instead of having to like coast or brake. So it's a big difference. Okay, this is where we died earlier. Sometimes it's hard to spot which part is actually road and which isn't because of all the excess concrete off to the sides. I don't know why American roads have that. Like, it's bad enough that American roads are way too big for their own good. I never understood why they have like the extra concrete off to the sides. I thought it's to pull people over. Because even older roads have that from before. Pulling people over all the time was a thing. Even roads that are like 50 years old, like from back where when the car boom was happening in the US, when Ford totally didn't bribe the government to build more roads and sell more cars. Anyways, so even roads from back then, I've seen some of them have those weird areas of extra concrete to the sides, and I never understood why. Okay, that could have been bad. I saw the crest at the last second and just barely had enough time to brake. I do like asphalt a lot more than concrete roads though. Feels so much smoother to ride on. And in the game it does make a difference, like they have different handling slightly. They count as different surfaces. Now, I really... this is just in general about racing games, but racing games like this, basically games that have multiple terrains you can possibly drive on, just can never get all surfaces correct. Like they might get the roads right, but then off-road is awful, or they might get off-road right, but then roads feel weird because they have to like kind of balance it out to not use too much processing power. Because if you put the code in to just live adjust for every minute detail, you're just going to need a really strong CPU.
We're here.
Alright, perfect. 10 out of 20, and we get 11 tickets. So we go back here to the kick. Okay. Good luck pronouncing that. Alright. We have everything from here. Next up, we have the Ben Shermans. I might have everything, actually. Yeah, we have everything from this Ben Sherman. So I think the one I'm missing from stuff from is here. Yeah. So we have a lot of stuff to buy there. Let's check this one. Yeah, this is the one. So I remember there was one, this one, that I had started buying stuff from, and I ran out of tickets close to the end. Unless it's not this one. Oh, okay. So it's not this one. Let's check this Ben Sherman. They should have more or less the same stuff. But it is possible that some shops will have like exclusives. We have the Ben Shermans here. So which shop is it that I don't have everything from? I remember one I could not buy everything from. Just barely. So far we have the Elson here that I have not bought anything from. This is for bikes. Oh, it might, yeah, it might be this. Okay, so we are missing one. Then four. Then 4 and 20 freaking 9, okay. So lots of events. And lots of clothes. Echo United is similar to like the Ben Sherman. It's a real brand. And these two brands, if we buy stuff from them, if we buy 10 from each, we'll actually gain points towards leveling up. It's one of the objectives. And now let me open the map. Filters. Do we have any news? No. Let's check the game progress. We are at 22%, and as we can see, we are still at the start of expert because I haven't been focusing on the point stuff so much. So here. So we need 12 more gold cups. So just doing random races, which is, we'll get eventually. There's 120 total. Then we have successful missions. This is the ones I've been doing, like top model, hitchhiker, transport, and courier. So 11 more. And there's 100 total. So like 220 events. Then all the time challenges, all the races, and all the speed challenges. We need to get essentially gold in everything. We'll get to that eventually. We'll do that one along with this one. Then this is the island tour. We'll unlock this very soon actually. Well, not very soon, but like the moment we rank up one more time, that's when it unlocks from what I remember. Then we do have some multiplayer stuff, but we'll do that when the platinum mod is ready. Okay, so we get this for multiple cars, and we are going to buy a D-class car soon, so we'll get this. This is for bikes. We have one, we can easily buy 2 more. Then 10 Echo United. Then 3 of these brands, and then for owning all 15 houses. Then this is for driving a huge amount of distance. This is for driving on every single freaking road in the game. And then we have some miscellaneous, which are more or less multiplayer. Now, I don't want to close. Excuse me for a moment again, just need to say something to someone. Be right back. Alright, sorry about that. Also, I see that comment from earlier that someone posted on the YouTube side. Now, sorry for the YouTube viewers, but while I'm streaming, I only have one monitor. I cannot see the YouTube chat, only the Twitch chat, but it says Test Drive Unlimited run a remastered game. No, I'm literally playing on native graphics. Like I'm not using any graphic mods whatsoever. I'm playing literally just 1080p max settings in game, like the actual in-game settings. I haven't added graphics, so I don't know what that comment is going on about. Anyways, so I'm going to quickly check for aces that are E rank only. If it says E rank, this is D rank technically. It just says that you can also do it with an E rank. Same for this. This is an E rank. E. D and E. Okay, so we have one. We have two. Okay. Which... Okay, let's do this one first.
Your itinerary is being recalculated.
No, come on. Why isn't it letting me fast travel? Is it because of the bridge? Maybe. This is the one I want.
Your itinerary is being recalculated.
Okay, we're going to go from the other side then. Since yeah, it should be a lot faster to go from here. We'll go through the tunnel and we pop out to the other side of the mountain.
Next intersection, turn right. Turn right.
But I will need to end the stream very soon. So I'm going to do the events and next time we're going to look for a car. So we have about 8 minutes until I finish the stream. So just barely enough time for 2 events if I don't take too long to get to them. Okay, since we are almost done, let's put some
Turn left.
other music. I just discovered another hitchhiker, that's nice. The hitchhikers are always there, they are always on the map. If you know where to look for them, you can do them even before they show up naturally on the map. But if you don't know where they are, then the game will tell you a few at a time, and when you do one, another one will pop up. But they are all active at all times. Same for the races. Even the end game races are available on the map. It just won't let you start them if you're not at the correct rank yet. Alright.
Your destination is
Through the
3 kilometers
tunnel.
away.
There's a race later in the game where you have to go through this exact road in an A-class car. And when I was doing the PSP playthrough, this bend right here was just the bane of my existence. I would just overshoot it because of the crest, and I would just go flying right into the fence, if not over it.
Your destination is 1.5 kilometers away. Your itinerary is being recalculated. Your destination is 1 kilometer away. Your destination is 5
Now, in the
kilometers
PSP version, once you did the progression challenges, there's a new type of event in that game where you basically have progression challenges.
3, 2, 1, go!
And once you did those, you'd unlock stuff. One of the unlockables was automatically getting every house in the game, and the other to consider every road as driven. So you could essentially just fast travel wherever you like. A very difficult event, this one. Had to drive in a straight line. Ultra difficult. Now we'll just do this. Two minutes 45, okay. But this should be the last E-rank exclusive event. So we should be fine to replace the car afterwards. I do dig the car, and I was hoping to get the counter of the car up to like 50, not 50, 500. But we've pretty much gone through the E-ranks. Unless doing the event we did a moment ago, and this one unlocks another E-rank exclusive event, which isn't unlikely. Again, the events are always there, it's just they don't all show up on the map at the same time. The game kinda drip feeds you the stuff, just to give you more reason to explore. Because you can just go look for the races yourself, do them ahead of time. A really bumpy road, this one. Okay, almost had a moment. Through the tunnel. One more checkpoint, then it's the finish line. Yeah, we should make it easily. That totally wasn't a skill issue. I was totally trying to use the railing to slow me down. That was just racecraft. Alright, we are at the end, and then we'll check the map to see if we have any new E-rank events. grand. That's nothing in comparison to the events I've been doing all stream. And then we have the Hitchhiker here. Okay, let's see. Do we have any E-rank exclusive events? Ooh, never mind. We unlocked Tour of the Island. Nice. So this is the one that if we do it, we'll get the achievement. Now, this takes like 20 minutes to do in the Koenigsegg. So I think we'll do it next stream. Yeah, that will be the perfect way to either start off or finish the next stream. Now, real quickly, before we end, I want to just go through all the showrooms and see what options we have for a D-class car. We only care about D-classes. Not, yes, Noble M14, not 400. This is going to be the big class car I get. Just because it has amazing handling. Like, it's 90 before upgrades. After upgrades, it's either 99 or 100. I can't remember exactly. But it's by far one of the best controlling cars in the game. And it's not even expensive, it's like 115,000, where a lot of the others around that rank are 150, if not more. Anyways, this dealership wasn't it. Next dealership. Oh wait, this is the one I already checked. We're looking for D-class cars. Cadillac, I think this is the best one, if I remember correctly. 260 at 4.9. Okay. Koenigsegg against Spiker. Spiker is B, if I remember correctly. Oh, it's C. Not a fan of Spikers though. I used to like them as a kid, but now I just think they look cringy, like with the weird flaps on the side. Well, not flaps, but like fake turbines. Okay, this is a D-class. The Cadillac is 260 at 4.9, but I do like how this looks. All right. Nope. Let's check the Salines. Yeah. Definitely not a D-class car. Chrysler, I hate how they look. 265 at 2.9, but yeah, it just looks ugly. Wait, 265, 4.9. The handling is 50. And braking is 64. Let me compare to the Cadillac. yeah, Cadillac controls a lot better. And let me see the Weissman again. Slightly slower, but a lot better handling, so I might go for the Weissman actually. In the PSP playthrough I did, I went for the Cadillac. Okay, one moment. Alright. So did we check this? Yeah. So then we have Volkswagens. We might find a good D class here. C class, definitely B class. Jaguar. Yeah. Oh, this is just classics. This would be a good B class car, but I'm getting the Noble instead. Okay. So far, the Weissman seems like the best pick. Slightly worse stats than the Cadillac, but in exchange it has amazing handling. It's actually slower, 242, but has better braking. Well, Lotus isn't famous for the braking. No. Wait. 242. The Weissman is 255 speed. The Spirit is 282. Handling and braking 70 and 60. Let me check the Weissman again. Better handling, better braking, but noticeably less top speed. Let's check the Maserati, maybe. Oh, never mind. It's just old cars. No. The most important stat in this game is actually the acceleration. Because you just have to keep slowing down a lot. .5. It's way faster than all of them. But the handling is worse. .76 handling, 78 handling, 76. Yeah, these have great acceleration, but the handling is just horrible. I think this is the best pick, so let's go for this. What color do we go for? I hate the green for Aston Martins. White looks a bit like the graphics haven't loaded in yet. Blue is nice, but I already have a blue car. I'm trying to have some variety. So far I'm 2 out of 2 for blue for the low ranking cars. Okay. I don't. Basically, I want to avoid the generic colors like the silvers and whites and whatnot. Orange just looks ugly. If only there was like a purple, I would happily take that, or a red. Fine, I'll go for yellow. Now let's pick a nice interior. So we have normal finish, wood finish. Normal finish, wood finish. Normal and wood. I want a kind of bright interior, but with a wood finish. So now let's go with the blue interior with wood finish. So we have 4 cars, then we need the tuners. So filters, high-end tuner. Now, there is a tuner somewhere around here, from what I remember. I just need to find it. Did I meant to do donuts? I have to just discover the tuners myself, I guess. So for now, I'm going to just end the stream here. So thanks for watching, everyone. I will see you all next time, whenever that will be. I'm about to start being a bit more busy these days because I'm trying to squeeze in some stuff before I basically stop work for the summer. During the summer, I will probably stream, but I'll also be busy with personal stuff. So, thanks for watching. We managed to do quite a bit today. We progressed about 6% towards 100%. We are at 20 something now, 24, I think, percent. Anyways, thanks for watching. See you all next time. Have a good day, night, whatever, everyone. Those on the YouTube side can just like, subscribe, etc. You know the drill. And just join the Discord to know when I'll be live again.